Welcome to level 5. Now we're really going to make things tricky by introducing square roots. So we have this problem, y equals the square root of x squared plus 5. Now there's two really important things we need to remember when we're working on square root problems. First, the square root of some value is the same as saying that value raised to the 1/2 power. Also, when we have a value in the denominator, like x squared, that's the same as if we had that value in the numerator and the exponent were negative. So x to the -2 is the same as 1 over x squared. So let's jump into the problem. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the problem using this property, this first one here. I'm going to rewrite it as this. X squared plus 5 all to the 1/2 power. And the reason I rewrite it like that is because now it looks a lot like our level 1 problems, which were pretty easy to work with. So I'm going to think about what's my outside function. My outside function is g to the 1/2, and my inside function g is x squared plus 5, because it's inside those parentheses. When I take the derivative, I'm going to do the power rule. The 1/2 gets multiplied here in front, and then I've got to do 1/2 minus 1, right? Because that's my power rule. I always do minus 1. And that's actually going to leave us with negative 1/2. So I'm going to have, as my derivative here, 1/2 g to the negative 1/2 power. Over on this side, if I'm taking the derivative of my inside function, I'm just going to do the power rule and get 2x. When I do the chain rule and I multiply the derivative of the outside function times the derivative of the inside function, I'm going to take derivative of the outside function, 1/2 g to the negative 1/2 power, times 2x, which was my derivative of my inside function. If I combine these two things together and I multiply, I'm going to bring the 2x to the front. I'm going to get 2x over 2 times g to the negative 1/2 power. All I did was bring this to the front and then plug my g back into the equation. When I simplify this, my 2's are going to cancel out, and I'm going to be left with x over x squared plus 5 to the positive 1/2. So I used this rule here. I took this x plus 5 to the negative 1/2, and I moved it to the denominator, and when I moved it, it became positive, right? It was in the numerator and negative. I moved it to the denominator and made it positive. It was in the numerator and negative. I moved it to the denominator. I made it positive. My 2's cancel. I still have this x, which is here. And then, so that it looks pretty, I'm going to switch this 1/2 back to a square root, and I'm left with x over the square root of x squared plus 5.